immense trauma from his enemies. The Penguin stabs him with a deadly umbrella. Bane breaks his back. The Riddler burns him with his staff, and Catwoman's claws cut deep into his chest. The Joker, however, inflicts the worst pain, shooting, stabbing, and poisoning him with his twisted games. Despite these brutal assaults, Batman's resolve remains unshaken. Each time he is brought down, he rises again, driven by an unbreakable commitment to defend Gotham and safeguard its people. Yet, a chilling revelation about Joker's true identity and origin could be the one thing to shake even Batman's unshakable resolve, threatening to unravel his confidence and test his willpower like never before. The Killing Joke. Side note, for a detailed account of the Joker's origins, check out my short in the Joker series playlist. The story opens with Batman visiting Arkham Asylum to interrogate the Joker. During their conversation, Batman notices something is off and is shocked to realize that the man he is speaking to is a fake. The Joker has escaped Arkham Asylum, undoubtedly planning to drive Gotham into chaos. We then see the Joker meeting with a man to purchase a rundown carnival. The Joker poisons the man with a Joker toxin, leaving him in a catatonic state with a smile on his face. At the Batcave, Batman works tirelessly to locate the Joker, remarking that predicting the Joker's next move is nearly impossible. Meanwhile, Jim and Barbara Gordon discuss the Joker when there is a knock at the door. Instead of a friend, Barbara finds a grinning Joker in his iconic Hawaiian shirt. Already pointing a gun at her, he pulls the trigger, hitting Barbara in the stomach as she crashes into the glass coffee table. The Joker's henchmen grab Jim Gordon and take him away. Barbara, in pain, asks why, and the Joker replies, to prove a point. Later, at the hospital, Bruce visits a traumatized Barbara as she questions what the clown wanted with her father. We shift to the carnival, now renovated, where the Joker explains to Jim Gordon that he plans to subject him to madness, proving that anyone who experiences one bad day could turn out like him. Batman remains vigilant, scouring Gotham for clues. He is drawn to the Bat Signal, where Harvey Bullock hands him an envelope containing a ticket from the Joker, revealing where to find him. Batman crashes into the carnival with his Batmobile and begins to fight the Joker, who has Jim Gordon stripped and locked in a cage. As Joker runs away, Batman releases Jim, who asks Batman to bring the criminal in alive. Batman chases the Joker, narrowly avoiding traps and crashing through a mirror. A shocked and surprised Joker begins to mock the Dark Knight. During the fight, the Joker, seemingly defeated, draws a gun and points it at Batman as he pulls the trigger. It turns out to be a novelty gun displaying a flag that says, "Click, click, click." Joker asks Batman if, after all his recent actions, Batman will hurt him or even kill him. Batman denies this, explaining that he doesn't want to kill the Joker, and that perhaps whatever has driven the villain could be sympathized with, bringing the story to an end with the Joker stating, reminds me of a joke. The story concludes ambiguously with Batman and the Joker sharing a laugh, highlighting the complex and cynical nature of their relationship. The story starts with a struggling comedian who can't make ends meet and dreams of moving his family to a better place. Mobsters convinced him to help rob a card company, using his knowledge from a chemical plant and offering him a Red Hood disguise. The night before the heist, police inform him that his wife and child have died in an electrical fire. Despite the saddened news, he continues along with his plans, and during the robbery, police officers intervenes, leading to a deadly shootout, killing some of the man's accomplices as Batman arrives on the scene. Panicking, the comedian flees, pursued by Batman, and jumps into a chemical-tainted river. As he emerges and removes his red hood, he sees his disfigured reflection and begins to laugh maniacally, marking the birth of the Joker. In our next part of the Joker series, we are covering the iconic death in the family storyline. While eavesdropping on a criminal gang and awaiting police backup in Gotham City, Jason Todd Robin ignores Batman's orders and attacks the criminals. Batman chastises Jason and asks if he considers crime fighting a game. Jason replies that life is a game at Wayne Manor. Batman decides Jason is emotionally unstable and relieves him of his duties as Robin. An enraged Jason storms off. Meanwhile, the Joker escapes from Arkham Asylum. Batman discovers that he has obtained a nuclear weapon and plans to sell it to terrorists, and tracks him to war-torn Lebanon. Walking through his old neighborhood, Jason meets a friend of his late parents, who gives him his father's old documents. Jason discovers that his mother's name on his birth certificate is blotted out. Her first initial is S, not C, as in Catherine Todd, the woman he knew as his mother. Jason concludes that Catherine was his stepmother and decides to search for his biological mother. He uses the Batcomputer to track 3 possible individuals to the Middle East and Africa. Jason travels to Lebanon, where he and Batman reunite. The two foil an attempt by terrorists to destroy Tel Aviv using the nuclear missile purchased from the Joker. Batman agrees to help Jason find his mother, and Jason interrogates his first suspect, Mossad agent Sharman Rosen. His next suspect, Batman's old acquaintance Lady Shiva, says she is not Jason's mother. After she is administered a truth serum by the duo, Batman and Jason travel to Ethiopia and confirm that Jason's mother is Sheila Haywood, an aid worker. Jason has an emotional reunion with her. However, the Joker discovers that Sheila had performed illegal surgeries on teenagers in Gotham and has been blacklisted as a medical practitioner. He blackmails her into giving him the medical supplies her agency has stockpiled in a warehouse. He sells them on the black market and replaces them with Joker venom, which will kill thousands of people. Once Jason witnesses the Joker blackmail Sheila, he wishes to help his long-lost mother by offering his assistance. Revealing his identity as Robin, Sheila, shocked as she realizes Jason is the boy wonder, tells him to come into the warehouse but lies, saying that the Joker left with the convoy already. It turns out she has been embezzling from the aid agency and didn't want to risk exposure if Batman and Robin captured the Joker. She hands Jason over to the Joker, who was hiding within the warehouse. The Joker begins to savagely beat Jason with a crowbar and restrains both him and Sheila in the warehouse with a time bomb. Sheila cries out for help, and Jason, bloodied and battered, slowly rises, wishing to help his mother get free as the timer ticks down. He manages to free Sheila from her restraints but collapses again from his injuries. Sheila tries to carry Jason to the door, but as she tries to open it, she reveals that it is locked. The Joker has turned the warehouse into their coffin, and as the bomb goes off, a huge explosion is witnessed by an incoming Batman. As he searches the rubble, Batman finds a dying Sheila, who tells him that Jason threw himself on the bomb to protect her. As she finishes explaining, she succumbs to her injuries. It is revealed that Batman arrives too late to save them both, finding Jason lying face down, dead. Traumatized, Batman takes Jason and Sheila's remains to Gotham and holds a burial with Alfred Pennyworth, Commissioner James Gordon, and Barbara Gordon. Batman blames himself for Jason's death and resolves to carry on alone, rejecting Alfred's suggestion to involve Dick Grayson, the first Robin, with the firm decision. No, never again. Batman won't have another partner. In Detective Comics New 52 Volume 1, Faces of Death, Batman pursues the Joker, who has just killed a man. Batman is forced to fight Gotham police, who have a shoot-on-sight order against him, but escapes after rescuing a girl. Later, Batman meets Jim Gordon, who reveals that the girl gave police information on Joker's location. Batman suspects a trap and discovers the Joker's decoy, a doll rigged with explosives which explodes. As Batman recovers, he finds Joker on a nearby train, and they begin to fight. After a prolonged fight, ending on rooftop, Joker is eventually captured and restrained in Arkham Asylum. The story ends with the Joker meeting the villain Dollmaker, revealing that the man he killed was Dollmaker's son. Joker's severed face is then displayed, setting up the next story arc, Death of the Family.
In the next part of our Joker series, we are covering Death of the Family. Joker makes a dramatic return to Gotham City by launching a brutal attack on the GCPD, killing 19 officers and recovering his preserved face. He then broadcasts a chilling message, threatening Mayor Haiti and referencing one of his earliest crimes. Despite the police's efforts to guard Haiti, they are killed by a chemical assault, though Haiti survives. Batman investigates the chemical compound and discovers that its inert ingredients spell ACE, leading him to the Ace chemical plant, where Joker was initially disfigured. At the plant, Batman encounters Harley Quinn, who is disguised as the Red Hood. She attacks him with a giant mallet, pushing him into an empty chemical vat, and warns that Joker has changed. Batman manages to escape before the vat fills. Meanwhile, Joker attacks Alfred Pennyworth. After Batman returns home and learns of Alfred's kidnapping, he plays a tape from the Joker, which leads him to believe Commissioner James Gordon is the next target. Batman rescues Gordon from a deadly poison, which he got from Joker poisoning his cigarettes, and after filling Nightwing in on the situation, follows a clue to the Gotham reservoir he first faced the Joker. The Joker reveals he has reenacted his past crimes, blowing up the reservoir and injuring Nightwing, who was trying to prevent contamination of Gotham's water supply. Joker then immobilizes Batman, declaring his plan to kill all of Batman's allies, whom he believes have weakened him. He claims to know their identities and wants to free Batman from these burdens to make him stronger. Infuriated, Batman breaks free and attacks the Joker, but is soon paralyzed by Joker venom. The Joker then kicks Batman into the reservoir and escapes, leaving Gotham in chaos. Batman is recovered by the Bat family and taken to the Batcave, where he confesses that after an early battle with Joker, he discovered a Joker playing card in the Batcave. He dismisses the idea that Joker has found the cave, but the family fears that Joker knows their identities and blame Batman for concealing such a possibility. Later, Batman interrogates an Arkham guard, who admits that Joker is waiting for him at the asylum. As he enters into the asylum, Batman ventures forth and eventually runs into henchmen and villains whom Joker recruited early in the story, dressed as if characters from an ancient time, a role in which Bruce is their apparent king, and Joker is his court jester. Once Batman tries to take down Joker, he threatens to kill his family and demands he sit upon his throne, which is an electrocution chair that shocks Batman, knocking him unconscious. Joker hosts a mock dinner in the Batcave, binding Batman and his allies, dousing them in gasoline and threatening to ignite it. Brainwashed Alfred serves cloches with what seems to be their severed faces. Batman escapes, triggers a blaze, and uses an explosive to blow open the cave roof, letting water extinguish the flames. The Bat family's faces remain intact. Batman chases Joker to a ledge, claiming to know his true identity. Joker jumps off, leaving his face behind. Batman finds a blank notebook Joker claimed held the Bat family's identities. The Bat family resists gas-induced attacks. Batman later tells Alfred that he confronted Joker as Bruce Wayne in Arkham Asylum, only to realize Joker didn't care about his identity. The Bat family refuses to meet Batman, and he finds the gas contains an inert isotope labeled Ha. Thomas Blackcrow, a reporter for the Gotham Gazette, plans to expose the Joker as a mere criminal. When he encounters the Joker, he finds him lonely and feared, with only Harley Quinn by his side. As Batman and Robin arrive to fight the villains, Blackcrow escapes, realizing he has a new angle for his article. Later, after Joker escapes Arkham and finds Blackcrow's article in his cell, Blackcrow discovers his friend Danny tortured and bleeding, marked by the Joker's sinister smile. Emerging from the shadows, the Joker praises Blackcrow's article and declares he needs a friend. He tells Blackcrow he will be his new best friend, and killed Danny to eliminate competition. The Joker departs, leaving Blackcrow horrified and curled up as the police arrive. 6 months later, Thomas Blackcrow fears the Joker's return after seeing news of his escape, and a blood message saying, "Miss you." A year later, Thomas rushes home after learning of a woman seeking her sister at a news station where the Joker killed 17 people, only to find the Joker dancing with his wife. The Joker shows Thomas a slideshow of victims but leaves them unharmed. Thomas later calls the police about the Joker's whereabouts during the death of the family events. After hanging up, he gets a voicemail saying the Joker has returned. Living alone in a shack, Thomas panics as the Joker appears, revealing he's been hiding in the basement, showing off faces of the Bat family, and knocks Thomas out with gas. When Thomas wakes up in a psychiatric ward, he confides in an old co-worker about his only friend, Eric Border, an orderly. The story ends with the Joker, revealed as Eric, placing his hand on Thomas's shoulder, promising to always be there for him. The Joker in Endgame taunted Arkham Asylum inmates with contradictory origin stories to exploit their delusions. He told 4 inmates, and Dr. Maureen Zahir, 5 different stories, claiming only one was true, and those with the wrong stories would die. He claimed to Ephraim Snow that he was the devil, who inspired Snow to abduct and murder girls for hell. To Cordelia Doe, he said he was an android replacing people with perfect copies to build a new body. He told Morton Wales he was an evil clown from the early 20th century, who made people laugh to death and was burned alive on the future site of Ace Chemical Processing Plant. To Cassidy, he claimed to be part of a secret government Batman army, suggesting Batman was a squad trained to oppress society, and he had defected to become a threat. To Dr. Maureen Zahir, who wrote a book on him, he claimed his real name was William Distal, fabricated a tragic backstory, and faked his death during the 0 year. Joker, who was in disguise as her friend Eric Border, admitted much of her research was a fabrication. In the beginning, to better understand our finale, we will introduce the background of each of the 3 apparent Jokers and the eras they represent in comics. The criminal from the Golden Age is methodical and philosophical, initially implied as the leader. Claiming laughing hurts him, his demeanor mirrors Joker's earliest appearances. His plan is to transform Joe Chill into a better Joker, to be Batman's arch-nemesis due to Chill's murder of Bruce Wayne's parents. The clown, the campy Joker from the Silver Age, is anarchistic and implied to be the killer of Jason Todd in A Death in the Family. He uses elaborate pranks to spread chaos, often with sidekick Gagsworth A. Gagsworthy. The comedian from the Bronze and Modern Ages is the most sadistic. He shot and paralyzed Barbara Gordon in The Killing Joke and aims to replace Joe Chill as Batman's greatest pain, driven by spite for the world. In the finale of the Joker series, Batman learns from the Mobius chair that the Joker's true identity involves 3 personas: the clown, the criminal, and the comedian, each representing a different era of the Joker. Batman and Batgirl investigate a crime scene at Ace Chemicals and learn that Joker has killed the remaining members of the Moxon crime family, and 3 bodies were found dressed as the Red Hood at the scene. Batman deduces that these murders are a distraction from the Joker's real scheme, stealing a truck full of Joker-turning chemicals. As one of the 3 victims is found to be alive, they escort him to the hospital to get treated when we find Jason Todd disguised as an EMT and begin interrogating the man. Elsewhere, we see the clown, now driving the stolen truck, meets with the comedian and the criminal to set up vats of chemicals and reveal their grand scheme, which is to use the chemicals to create a perfect Joker. Batman, Batgirl, and Red Hood investigate an aquarium tainted with chemicals stolen by the Joker. They clash with the Joker's henchmen, and during the fight, Red Hood shoots a tank, releasing a shark that kills a goon. The clown appears but is quickly subdued by the heroes. Batman leaves to follow a lead on other Jokers, telling Batgirl and Red Hood to wait for the police. After Batman departs, the clown mocks Red Hood about the Death in the Family incident, saying Jason's final moments were filled with pleading and offering to be Joker's Robin. Infuriated, Jason points his gun at the clown, and Batgirl tries to intervene with a batarang but misses. A shot rings out, and the clown is hit in the head and falls dead, leaving Barbara in shock. Batgirl confronts Red Hood, who implies she might have wanted the Joker dead too. Red Hood hopes that the dead clown is the real Joker, so he can finally feel he's gotten his revenge from all those years ago. The comedian hallucinates a dinner with his family when the criminal confronts him, revealing that he left clues for Batman to make the game more fun, leading to the clown's death. Meanwhile, Batman exits the house of a retired judge killed by his Joker toxin-influenced dogs. The judge had been responsible for the revolving door of inmates at Arkham. Batgirl arrives and tells Batman they need to talk. She argues that Jason should be arrested for murder, but Batman disagrees, saying it would risk unmasking them all. He believes he can handle Jason, who grew more violent after the Joker's attack, unlike Barbara, who became stronger. Red Hood attacks a henchman, seeking clues about the remaining Joker. Batman finds Joe Chill's fingerprints on the murder weapon at the judge's house. Visiting Arkham, he discovers Chill's cell empty, with letters addressed to Bruce. This reinforces the fact Joker knows Batman's identity and rushes to Jason's location with Batgirl. Red Hood searches for the Joker at an abandoned sports club. Inside, he finds bodies in a pool of Joker-creating chemicals. As one victim grabs Jason, he pulls his gun but is captured by the Jokers, who drag him into another room. They tell Jason they are searching for someone to become the perfect Joker to antagonize Batman. The earlier victims in the pool were tests, but none were good enough. The Jokers torture Jason nearly to death and leave him for Barbara and Bruce to find. Batman and Batgirl fend off zombie-like attackers and find Jason curled up, wearing only his Red Hood helmet. Broken and bitter, Jason snaps at Batman, blaming him for his pain. Barbara takes Jason to her apartment, where they emotionally confide in each other about their tragedies. They kiss, but Barbara pulls away. The scene shifts to Batman in the Batcave, with 2 folders for the remaining Jokers in view. The comedian kidnaps Joe Chill from Blackgate, demanding a confession on camera about the Wayne murders. Batman reviews the victims in the pool, noting they were failed test subjects in creating a better Joker. Bruce and Jason argue over the clown's murder, with Jason showing no remorse and insisting Bruce should have done it years ago. They agree to work together until this is over, concluding that one of the 3 Jokers is the original, who created the others to hide his true identity. Batgirl asks if Bruce knows who the original is, but he denies it. Bruce learns of Joe Chill's kidnapping and investigates while Jason and Barbara wait outside. Jason promises not to kill again, and Barbara warns that if he does, she'll unmask him and ensure his arrest. Batman finds tickets to the theater where his parents were killed, realizing it's the Joker's chosen site for their final showdown. They approach the building and split up to enter. Batman is blinded by a bright light as the Joker's voice announces, "The show is about to begin." Batman sees the Joker interrogating Joe Chill about the Wayne murders, while the heroes search for the Jokers. Red Hood and Batgirl are attacked by victims of the Joker's poison. Meanwhile, the criminal dangles Joe Chill over a vat of chemicals, revealing he chose Chill to be the next Joker, because he created Batman by killing his parents. Batman confronts the criminal, who wants the Joker to be more than chaos. As Chill is dangled, the criminal accidentally drops a lighter into the vat, causing an explosion and fire. Batman saves Chill with his grappling gun. Chill apologizes upon learning Bruce's identity, and Batman responds, "You're welcome." The criminal is shot by the comedian, who tells Batman to take him in. In the police transport, Batman learns the Joker has always known their identities but would never reveal them, as it would make Bruce stop being Batman and plan to be Batman's greatest pain now that Bruce has reconciled with his parents' murderer. Bruce is later shown visiting Joe Chill in the hospital and at his grave. Meanwhile, Jason leaves a love letter for Barbara, confessing his feelings and his willingness to abandon the Red Hood for her. Barbara never receives the letter, as it is thrown away by a cleaning person. Bruce admits to Alfred that, despite not wanting to engage with the hype, he has known the Joker's identity since their first meeting. It is revealed that the Joker's wife and child, thought dead in the Killing Joke, are actually alive and protected by Bruce, confirming the comedian as the true Joker with the origins shown earlier.